through the dark. Let His light shine, and He will take your part. Let the Father guide you. Let Him in your heart. Let the Spirit heal you. Let it know your name. Let the Spirit heal you. Let it know your name. Let your spirit rise and make your soul aflame. Let the Spirit heal you. Let it know your name. Let the Mother hold you all your days. Let her hold you close in her special way. Let her take your hand and ease you on your way. Let the Mother hold you all your days. Let the Mother hold you all your days. Let the Mother hold you. Hold your I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep within.
I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I'm always there for you, And so I want you to know
I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
I walk the path with you. Go slow, dear one, don't hurry. I'll go just like you need to go. There is no need to worry. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
Grace, gently I go, softly I know, nothing to fear, Spirit is here. Love me, my God, lift me, I'll fly, far from this place, on the wings of grace. Gently I go, softly I know, nothing to fear, Spirit is here. Love me, my God, lift me, I'll fly, far from this place, on the wings of grace.
Gently I go, softly I know, nothing to fear, Spirit is here. Love be my guide, lift me, I'll fly, far from this place, on the wings of grace.
Hello, I am the Reverend Karen G. Johnston, and I have the great pleasure to serve the Unitarian Society, a Unitarian Universalist congregation. You can find us in East Brunswick. My pronouns are she and her. And this summer we join together in the spirit of renewal. May we all feel a deep and abiding connection to our interdependent nature and to that web of existence of which we are a part.
Hi, I'm the Reverend Anne Marie Alderman. She, her, hers. I serve the congregation that used to be in Plainfield, now in Fanwood, First Unitarian of New Jersey, and the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Somerset Hills, located in Somerville. This summer, we join together in the spirit of renewal. May we actually come together as congregations in New Jersey, reaching out to each other.
Hi, I'm Reverend Alison Miller, she, her, hers, and I serve the Morristown Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. This summer, we join together in the spirit of renewal. May we grow more creative, compassionate, and resilient in this time of reimagining and reconstructing how we build our communities and our faith.
Hello, I'm the Reverend Andrée Cornelia Mall, pronouns she, they. I'm the minister from Central Unitarian Church in Paramus. This summer, we join together in the spirit of renewal. May we take this time to reconnect with what is important in our lives. And may this nourish our spirits for the days ahead.
Hello, I'm Tuli Patel, she, her, hers.
Reverend Robin Tanner, she, her, hers.
Reverend Emily Bacchus, she, her, hers.
Together, we are the leadership team at Beacon Unitarian Universalist Congregation in Summit, New Jersey.
This summer, we join in the spirit of renewal.
Together, may we magnify Unitarian Universalism
and be a beacon unto the world.
Hello, I'm Reverend Anya Samler-Michael, she, her, hers.
I'm Reverend Scott Samler-Michael, he, him, his.
This summer, we join together in a spirit of renewal.
May we honor the 8th principle of Unitarian Universalism, which calls us toward a beloved community of equity and inclusion.
Which calls us to dismantle systems of oppression.
Which calls us home.
I am the Reverend Craig Rubano, he, him, his, minister at the UU Congregation of Monmouth County.
I am Michelle Mackenzie Creech, she, her, hers, Credential Director of Family Ministry.
And I am Louise Chernosky, she, her, hers, Music Director.
This summer, we join together in the spirit of renewal.
May we create multi-generational community.
Finding multiple platforms for our connections.
So that all might live into the awesome, diverse power of we.
In the words of Annie Dillard, we are here to abet creation and to witness to it.
To notice each other's beautiful face and complex nature, so that creation need not play to an empty house.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where God's feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lynn Sedora. I'm the Director of Religious Education at Central Unitarian Church. And it's my pleasure this morning to share with you the story Monarch and Milkweed by Helen Frost and Leonid Gore. In a patch of dirt behind an old red barn, milkweed stretches into warm spring air. Its roots reach deep and wide. Its stem points to the sky. Monarch spreads her wings and rides the wind past white and yellow daisies across a creek heading north. Milkweed's new leaves push out, then purple flowers soft and round and fragrant. Monarch finds a dandelion, drinks its nectar and flies on. She stops again, rests and drinks and flies again. Milkweed stretches taller, 2 by 2, its leaves spread wide, sheltering long-legged spiders, black and orange beetles. Monarch lights on milkweed, drums her feet on milkweed's flower, and tastes home. Milkweed's flowers fall away, green pods push out. Inside these bumpy fists, new seeds are forming. Monarch finds a mate and stays with him all afternoon, all night, and into the morning. Eggs in her body grow heavy. She searches for milkweed. A breeze bends milkweed side to side. Monarch chooses its best leaf. Swaying in the breeze with milkweed, she curls her body underneath the leaf and glues one pale yellow egg to its soft underside. She flies from milkweed plant to milkweed plant, stopping on each to lay one shiny egg. Inside Monarch's egg, a caterpillar forms, and 4 days later pushes out, shorter than an eyelash, almost invisible against the leaf's pale green. It eats the shell that held it, then moves across the leaf. It eats the leaf. It grows. And when it grows too big to fit inside its skin, it crawls right out, new skin already formed beneath the old. Yellow, black, and white, the monarch caterpillar feeds on milkweed's bitter leaves and grows. 4 times the caterpillar sheds its skin, and then one evening in late summer, it weaves a sturdy pad under a milkweed leaf, hangs upside down, and shapes its body like a J. Its feelers droop, and one last time it sheds its skin. It twists and turns and pulls its body up, transforming into a chrysalis. It hangs beneath the leaf, a shining jewel, jade green, specked with gold. 12 days the monarch chrysalis shines in noontime shadows. 12 nights it waits under the moon and stars. It grows darker, gray, then black and orange, as new monarch wings shine through. Early one morning, the chrysalis splits open. A new monarch steps out, moist wings pressed against her body. She clings to the clear case of the chrysalis as warm air dries her wings. She opens her wings, closes them, opens them wide. A light breeze lifts her and she flies. Milkweed's leaves, now full of holes, turn yellow and then brown. Their edges curl and they begin to fall. Monarch flies from purple zinnia to black-eyed Susan, drinking nectar, getting ready. As the days turn cool, she turns south towards warmer air to begin her longest journey. Milkweed's pods are full. Its seeds are almost ready. In September's sun, the pod's strong walls turn dry and brown. Monarch flies and rides the wind, stopping only long enough to drink sweet nectar from a field of purple asters. She follows the last flowers of summer as she flies on and on, almost 2,000 miles, all the way to Mexico. Milkweed's pods split open. Brown seeds lay close together on a soft white bed. October wind catches a silky tendril, opens it, and lifts a seed into the air, carrying it out and away across a river to an old white house. A kitten reaches up a paw and bats at the white fluff until it disappears. Rain comes, snow comes, rain comes again. Sun warms the earth, earth warms the seed, and under the dirt it opens. Roots reach down, a tip of green presses out and up towards the warmth and the light. Milkweed's first spring leaf unfurls. And far to the south, in Mexico, Monarch rides the wind towards it. The end of our story, but not the end of this miraculous journey. Blessed be.
Thank you for that story, Lynn. My name is Nick Walwork, and I am the new Director of Religious Education here at the Morristown UU Fellowship. I'm so happy to be with you today. We want to give you an activity to do with your family so that you can use your creativity to be part of the story of the butterfly. And so the Solu family has put together a lovely way for you to create a butterfly in your home with your family.
Making butterflies are a fun thing to do in the summer. Maybe a grandma or a mom or a dad or an uncle can help you make yours. There are many ways to make butterflies. You can make them with tissue paper and a pipe cleaner, or a coffee filter and a clothespin. My son and his grandma used watercolor paper to doodle these projects and then paint a vibrant background to show off the pretty creatures. Today, they made these by finding a photo of a monarch, then, on a piece of orange paper, grandmother and grandson began to draw their butterflies using a black marker. Next, they used a whiteout pen to make the distinctive lines and spots. Have fun making yours to celebrate the arrival of our beautiful winged friends from Mexico. And one more thing to think about as you make your butterflies. There are 50 million monarch butterflies coming up all the way through the United States from Mexico this summer. It takes 4 generations to make that journey.
In the story of the butterfly and the milkweed, we heard of a longer journey, not just the individual transformation of that one butterfly, but the longer journey of migration of the monarch butterfly. And this journey is one that is across a whole continent. So the monarchs that are in eastern North America actually cross the entire continent, and in the winter they spend time in the Sierra Madre Mountains of Mexico. And even there, it's still rather cool for them, and in order to stay warm and survive the winter, they cluster together in trees, tens of thousands of monarchs in a single tree, keeping warm together. In the book Flight Behavior by Barbara Kingsolver, the monarchs and their journey play a big part of that novel. And the main character, when she first encounters these clusters of butterflies in the trees, doesn't know what she's looking at, and at first thinks, because of the orange color and the movement, that the trees are on fire, and she panics with fear. But then when she realizes it's not fire, but before she knows that it's the butterflies, that fear gives way to something else. Kingsolver writes, "Fascination curled itself around her fright. This was no forest fire. Unearthly beauty had appeared to her, a vision of glory to stop her in the road. For her alone, these orange boughs lifted, these long shadows became a brightness rising. It looked like the inside of joy, if a person could see that. It looked like the inside of joy, if a person could see that. A valley of lights, an ethereal wind. It had to mean something. It had to mean something." This longer journey of the butterfly, one of the fascinating things about it is it also doesn't occur in one generation. It occurs over multiple generations. It takes 3 to 4 generations just to do one cross of the continent. So going from Mexico all the way across North America and back again to Mexico, that is up to 6 to 8 generations that do that journey. And when I think about this journey and I think about, does it have to mean something? I think about my own individual transformation in my life. The significant changes, the significant journeys that I have been on. And I realize that while I am a single individual like that butterfly, and while I am making that own unique journey that is my life, I have done that journey. I have done that journey because of people who have come before me that have created the opportunities for my own journey. Just some of the people I think of are, for example, my blood relatives who came to this country from Europe looking for a better life for their family. I think of my mentors, people who taught me, people who gave me opportunities to learn and to grow. And then, of course, I think of other ancestors, which for me as a trans and queer person are those ancestors of mine who fought for my freedom, for my ability to be who I am today. This is the larger journey that is connected to mine. This is the meaning that I find when I consider this longer journey of the monarch butterfly. And so I ask you to consider your own life, your own transformations. You. What are those significant changes that have occurred in your life? What are those significant moments in your own unique individual journey? Think about that for a second. And now think about those who created the opportunity for that journey for you. That could be your parents. It could be some other relative. Or perhaps some sort of mentor. Those that were directly engaged in your life that helped you on your journey. And what about those who came before them? You may know who some of them are. Again, they could be blood relatives who stretch back in time. They could be other individuals who created opportunities that you now enjoy, such as ancestors who fought specific struggles. Who are the people known and unknown to you who created the opportunities for the experiences that you have had in your life? The further you go back, the fuzzier it might get. You might not know the names of these individuals, but they are there. They are part of the larger journey that has brought you here to be the person who you are today. And what about those who will come after you? Perhaps joining you on your journey and then going off on their own. Who are those who will inherit this journey from you? It could be children, could be students, perhaps mentees, perhaps individuals you do not know or have never known or will not know, but who are touched by the work that you do, by some act of kindness that you have done. Who are those who will inherit the journey from you? They are also part of this longer, multi-generational journey. Those who you are nurturing to be their whole selves in this world. Those who will inherit the freedoms born out of your own struggles, stretching far into a future we can't quite imagine. So pause for a moment to just take this all in. You, those that nurtured you on your path and brought you into being, stretching back through time. Those who will follow the journey after you. From this vantage point, looking across this larger journey, what emerges for you? What thoughts or emotions are most present for you? What does this larger journey mean for you? Spirit of life, spirit of transformation. Your ways can be beyond our comprehension. Your work beyond our plans, beyond our control. The miracles of our lives have been handed to us by generations past. And we will hand this miracle off to generations which follow us. May we, like the butterfly that follows directional aids, like the sun or the wind. May we find our own directional aids again handed to us. Love, justice, wholeness. May these be the aids that guide us on our path, that we hand to the generations beyond us. Blessed be. Amen.
One more step. We will take one more step till there is peace on earth for everyone. We'll take one more step. One more word. We will say one more word till every word is heard by everyone. We'll say one more word. One more prayer. We will say one more prayer till every prayer is shared by everyone. We'll say one more prayer. One more song. We will sing one more song till every song is heard by everyone. We'll sing one more song.
Hi, my name is Paul Firm, and I'm a member of the Morristown Unitarian Fellowship. This is the moment in our service to allow each of us to generously support our congregations and our wider communities. Helene and I have made an incredible journey in our fellowship, from curious visitors and young parents to members, RE teachers, board members, and more. We have built deep and wonderful friendships and grown in our Unitarian Universalist faith all along the way. Such a journey instills deep gratitude, and this has grown even more as our congregations have risen to the challenge of nurturing us during this trying pandemic through their calls, outreach, pastoral care, and uplifting virtual services and lifespan education. So please join us as we generously give to today's collection. Each congregation will share their giving instructions so that your donations will go directly to support your home congregation and from there to our wider communities in need. So thank you and be safe.
I had a dream last night. I dreamt that I was swimming and the stars up above, directionless and drifting somewhere in the dark, were the sirens and the thunder, and around me as I swam, the drifters who'd gone under. Time, love, time, love, time, love, time, love, time, love, time, love. It's only a change of time. I had a dream last night, and rusting far below me, battered hulls and broken hardships, Leviathan and lonely. I was thirsty, so I drank, and though it was salt water, there was something about the way it tasted so familiar. Time, love, time, love, time, love, time, love, time, love, time, love. It's only a change of time. I'm hanging, this anchor I'm dragging, the sails of memory rip open in silence. We cut through the lowlands, all hands through the salt lands, the white caps of memory, confusing and violent. I had a dream last night, and when I opened my eyes, your shoulder blade, your spine, were shorelines in the moonlight, new worlds for the weary, new lands for the living. I could make it if I tried. I closed my eyes, I kept on swimming. Time, love, time, love, time, love. It's only a change of time, time, love, time. It's only a change of time.
Where does your story begin? That was the question Ruby Sales, civil rights activist and freedom fighter, asked those of us who were present at a gathering centered around faith, arts, and justice 2 summers ago. She called on different people in the audience. People responded with retelling their birth narrative or another birthing story or story of transformation in the middle of their lives. No, she said. Your story doesn't begin with you. And she went on to model what she meant, telling the story of her great-great-grandmother and the elders in her great-great-grandmother's village, followed by her great-grandmother's story, her grandmother's story, and so on. Your story begins with your ancestors. Ruby Sales spoke about this act of remembering and reconnection as decolonizing our personal narrative. We did not spring from nothing. From day one, we arrived to a place connected to stories of oppression or of domination, of harming or being harmed, of healing, of liberation, of resilience, and more. The activities of those who came before gave us life and present the opportunities and obstacles we have to overcome. Our story also doesn't end with us. It continues through our descendants, sometimes our own children, grandchildren, and so on, and always the people who come after us in the villages we are a part of, the communities in which we live and move and lead. Our Unitarian Universalist communities are one of those village spaces. The monarch butterfly we've shared in this service provides an example in the natural world where we can appreciate both the individual lifespan and its story of birth, growth, and change, and that the story begins with the survival of those who came before. Of course, it is never the story of an individual, even in one generation, even when our attention may be limited to monitoring one particular monarch chrysalis on a milkweed plant with great anticipation for what comes next. The monarchs migrate and move together to ensure the best outcome for the collective. Each succeeding monarch generation lasts 2 to 6 weeks long until the last one, which lasts 8 to 9 months. Inside of 1 year, it takes several generations for the monarchs to migrate from Mexico to North America, as far as Canada, and back again. What about the stories we share about our spiritual lives and journeys, or about the religious village we are a part of, our Unitarian Universalist congregations? Most Unitarian Universalists come into our tradition from another one or from nothing, which impacts how many people think and speak about our faith. At times, we risk limiting our perspective to our own personal narrative of the time we've participated in our congregation and what worked for us that made us want to join. That vision is one important aspect, but alone it is too narrow. It may also be one reason Unitarian Universalists sometimes forget to invest in future generations. When I was chair of the UUA's Campus Ministry Advisory Committee, which no longer exists, I remember many congregations saying that they couldn't afford to support a campus ministry because it wouldn't result in pledges. How different from the perspective of almost every other faith tradition. A rabbi I worked with, who was a leader at Hillel, the National Jewish College Campus Organization, reflected back to me, how could you afford not to? That is a perspective rooted in the collective well-being of a faith and the people who are in it beyond the people you have already met. In our family, it was my parents who first came into Unitarian Universalism, and in my husband's case, his grandparents. If my son tells the story of his connection to our faith, he could say he was born into it, or more accurately, it begins with his great-grandparents, or more accurately, it begins with the elders in the Unitarian village who came before them, all the way back to the founders, who had the vision, resilience, and creativity to start up a new community for themselves and for the future. And all the way back to the first Unitarians and Universalists who planted the first seeds of our freedom-loving and open-hearted faith in North America. Whether or not we are born into or come into our faith, we have received a great spiritual inheritance, and our generation is called to adapt, change, and grow in ways that respond to the call of love and liberation in the time in which we live. In 2020 and 2021, we have been living through a time of rapid change, a chrysalis time, one of deconstruction and reconstruction. While some of our communities around the country were beginning to live stream prior to the pandemic, many of our communities were centered on the ability to gather in person for worship, for singing, for learning, for community building, for justice making, for almost everything. I would argue that it was already a chrysalis time even before the coronavirus separated us. The religious landscape has been rapidly shifting in recent decades, and we have seen some Unitarian Universalist communities grow and others struggle and dwindle and even disappear in that context. An alarming statistic is that our children and youth religious education enrollment has declined by about 45% in the last 2 decades. Now, in my experience, most people arrive on our physical or virtual doorstep sharing that they wish they had found us sooner. This, combined with the fact that Unitarian Universalist ideas continue to spring up around the globe in places where we weren't located before, bring me hope. In the religiously plural landscape we live in, there are many who thirst for a religion that is rooted in covenant, rejects the concept of one doctrine, and relishes the wisdom found in multiple sources of truth. The promise of our faith is clear. However, we have work to do in the practice of it. We know this to be true. The recent momentum in our state and across the country as congregation after congregation adopts the 8th principle stating our commitment to dismantling racism and other oppressions in order to build the beloved community is connected to the shifts we need to make. We were a tradition founded on the ideals of individual freedom. In the 1980s, we added an understanding of the importance of promoting interdependence to our covenant. And now, in the 2020s, we are being claimed by the promise of a collective liberation, which involves the interplay of freedom and a spirit and ethic of love. If we are to truly ever become the multiracial, multi-generational, religiously plural, and liberating faith we dream about, we also need to be mindful about the cultural lens or lenses through which we refract and reflect the saving messages of our faith. Who are we imagining participating when we plan for worship, religious education, justice building, and all we do? Is our congregation sharing our open-hearted, liberating faith through one particular era, culture, or source tradition? Let's take music as an example. As UU theologian Tandayaka says, religion is not just about beliefs. It is also about emotion and affect. Music is a significant part of that experience. Does the music offered in our communities reflect the best of our ancestors? Whose ancestors do we privilege? Does the music we share include music we grew up hearing, or younger people in the congregation grew up hearing? What about the shifting demographics in our neighborhoods? Does the music that you hear feel connected to what the people who live around you listen to? In this time of virtual services, we have mourned the loss of being able to sing together at the same time and in the same place. That is most definitely something we want to return to when it is safer to do so. However, our music directors across the association have shared rich resources with one another and also connected with non-UU musicians and what they have to offer. In some ways, where I serve in Morristown, and from what I've seen in other UU congregations, online, we've been able to expand what music looks, sounds, and feels like beyond the capacity of our particular community. As we return to in-person services, I pray we hold on to new ideas and continue the practice of new possibilities. Music is just one important aspect of our communities. Moving online has also helped us see shifts in terms of accessibility. People can watch us if they are confined to their home or assisted living. Everywhere we are accessible. If they live in Japan or California, they can still make the commute, or if they work on Sundays, they can watch the recording later. As we reflect on the monarch and our faith today, it is important to note where the comparisons diverge. The monarch and the milkweed are in a relationship with each other that cannot be supplanted by another. They have co-evolved together. This year, there is alarming news that the numbers of monarchs continue to be on the decline, and they may be headed down the pathway of extinction. Our faith is not like the monarch and the milkweed in that way. We are not bound to one type of butterfly or to one source of nourishment. Our free faith is available to anyone and everyone who feels called by it and claimed by it. And all who enter have a role in expanding all the nourishing possibilities for the future. This summer is a time of renewal and excitement as we look forward to the changes we hope the vaccination will make possible for us to be safer and together. It is a time of anticipation rather than expectation as we imagine the good things to come, rather than holding certainty about the events that lie ahead. May the gifts of anticipation unfold for all our communities, including moving with hope, a spirit of experimentation and joy. May we co-create renewing communities that are even more liberating and loving and resilient with each succeeding generation. May it be so.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. Start with love, that is the seed. We can feed our every need. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, this world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way.
And now, in our going, may the light of love bless us and keep us. May it shine down upon us and radiate out from within us. May it be gracious unto us and grow our commitments to liberation. For this is the day and the life that we are given. So let us plant seeds of hope and healing, joy and justice in it.
special way. Let her take your hand and ease you on your way. Let the mother hold you all your days. Let the Father guide you. Let him in your heart. Let his precious love lead you through the dark. Let his light shine, and he will take your part. Let the Father guide you. Let him in your heart. Let the Spirit heal you. Let it know your name. Let the Spirit heal you. Let it know your name. Let your spirit rise and make your soul aflame. Let the Spirit heal you. Let it know your name. Let the Mother hold you all your days. Let her hold you close in her special way. Let her take your hand and ease you on your way. Let the Mother hold you all your days. Let the Mother hold you all your days. Let the Mother hold you all your I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep within.
I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I'm always there for you, and so I want you to know.
I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
I walk the path with you. Go slow, dear one, don't hurry. I'll go just like you need to go. There is no need to worry. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
Grace, gently I go, softly I know, nothing to fear, Spirit is here. Love me, my God, lift me, I'll fly, far from this place, on the wings of grace. Gently I go, softly I know, nothing to fear, Spirit is here. Love me, my God, lift me, I'll fly, far from this place, on the wings of grace.
Gently I go, softly I know, nothing to fear, Spirit is here. Love be my guide, lift me, I'll fly, far of grace.